Hi everyone, welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today we're going to be taking a look at the Terminator Endoskeleton T-800 by NECA. So this is part of the 7-inch Terminator line, and coming around to the back we have a really nice bio of the model right there, and then on the bottom, just like any other NECA stuff, you can see the sculptors and everything. So let's go ahead and get this thing open and take a closer look. And here's the figure out of the packaging. Now this figure looks really awesome, but I can definitely see why it says 17 plus on the box. It is a very fragile figure. There is a lot of moving parts in this set. But just before we move on real quick, this thing measures, if I get my tape out right here, it measures about 7¼ inches tall. And what's really interesting is if we stand Schwarzenegger right beside him, technically underneath all this, it's a T-800. This guy actually stands much taller, so I don't really know if I like that all that much. I definitely think that they should have been the same scale. So I just want to mention that one of the pieces did break on my figure. I wasn't really handling it heavy at all. Basically, I was just seeing what kind of range of motion you could get out of the torso piece, because like I said, this thing has lots of moving parts, and in this case it's these pistons right here on the torso that one of them broke. As you can see, it's this one right here. So I can still put it inside right here and display it like that. I will go ahead and just glue it back so it will still function just fine, but that's how it would have been. But basically what happened is you got a ball joint here on this piece, and then you've got this piece down here is connected inside on a ball joint, and you can see on this side that as you move the figure left and right, the two move simultaneously. Now the top one on this one is loose, as you can see, and moves with the bar just fine. The top one on this one, it was just a little more stiff, and so it just snapped that little rod down there. It's unfortunate, but it happened. Whilst we're on the topic of articulation, this thing over here moves. It rattles around, but by opening up, it allows for an ab crunch right there, and the figure can move down further than that. I just don't want to force it because it is a little bit stiff, and it also means that it moves out the way for when you're moving the torso around, which again is, the torso is a little bit wobbly there. Now moving over to the head, look at how epic and evil those eyes look, and then those teeth. It's all done so perfectly. I absolutely adore this thing. We have like these rubber tubes right here, and they will move with the head, so you still get the full articulation there. You can see that the neck is articulated there as well, so you get a good range. We have those same rubberized parts right here at the shoulders, enabling for those to move in a full range as well. We have these flaps, and what I really like is on the inside of the flaps, that's where you get all your made in China and the date and all that kind of stuff. So instead of it just being out here on the back, it's actually hidden beneath those flaps, which is really cool. Now in the upper part of the arm here, you can see the bicep and tricep are replaced by those rods there, which is really awesome to see. So you got even more moving parts there. You can also rotate at the upper part of the arm, and then you just get the rotation there at the wrist. So this one's open and this one is the closed grip, and as you saw, it holds the gun perfectly fine. It even has the trigger finger, which works. Also down here at the hips, we actually have these pipes as well on the inside of the leg, which do move all the way out, and then also you can still bring the legs all the way forward. So on some like Marvel Legends figures, and they can barely move their hips up and out to the side. Look at this. This thing has all of this intricate work, and it can still, like, you got ball joints and hinges all over the place, and it can still get the leg moving all that way forward and back and out to the side. I mean, why can't something like a Marvel Legends that's just on a really simple ball hinge socket do that? That's why I get really annoyed with the Legends line sometimes, when something as intricate as this gets more articulation. Then we have just the single jointed knee right there, and then just the toes move down here and the foot rotates. You don't get ankle pivot, and the actual foot itself doesn't move up and down. It is just the toes right there. Now as for the paintwork for the figure, basically we have black molded plastic, and then we just have a bunch of silver that's just dry brushed on the top. So it makes for a really awesome worn look, and also it means that you do get a lot of black within the body inside there, which means that where it's not detailed in there, it's actually kind of hidden by the darkness. So that's really cool. Overall, this figure looks absolutely fantastic. It's actually relatively easy to stand. It does have peg holes as well if you can't get yours to stand, but it works really well. Like I said, just be very careful because there's a lot of these moving parts, and these rods are extremely thin, so just be careful careful when handling it and moving it around. It's also got all of these, you know, rubbery parts as well and stuff, so obviously be really, really careful with it. But as a display piece, I mean, this is one of the best T-800s out there in my opinion. I mean, at this scale, to still have that much detail and look that epic, I really, really do think that this is a fantastic piece by NECA. It actually came out in like 2015 or something like that, so it's a, you know, it should be relatively easy still to find. And obviously there were other variations of this figure created, so there was like, you know, game color versions of it, and there were other versions with different weapons and stuff, like there was a heavy turret version and stuff like that. So I definitely recommend that you guys go ahead and pick this up if you are a Terminator fan. It is a must-have. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like. If you want to see more pictures of other stuff from my collection and what I have coming up for future reviews, go ahead and check out my Instagram. It's Homerino123, and the link is in the description below. And for more NECA, Terminator, Predator, Alien, and all that kind of stuff, go ahead and subscribe. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.